That looks good. Hey. Welcome to my shitty home state. Thank you. We're in Missouri, am I? I'm in actually the Ferguson area where the riots were a few years back. Remember that? Back before there were constant riots everywhere. Some of the early riots of the 21st century, I guess. Beard looking slick. Yeah, I agree. I'm not moving permanently to Missouri. I'm not a fan of the state. I'm here visiting family. It's fine to visit. I like the family I have here. I'm visiting my uncle. But the weather is very nice today. I mean, like, it's not a bad day in Missouri, but traditionally, this is not a great state. Take me with you. Yeah. But I think I might chill here for a while. You look like you just walked off the set of Duck Dynasty. Lol. Do I? This isn't really much of a... This is not a hat a redneck would wear, just so you know. This is not a redneck hat. This hat, it would need to be either camo or it needs to have some kind of stupid logo on the front. I'm in Missouri. Fat fuck Dynasty, dude. Did that show die? I don't know. I am not sure. Paul would wear it. Yeah, Paul would probably wear this hat if he wore hats. Does he wear hats still? I guess he does. I guess he tosses on a beanie every now and then. So yeah, I suppose. I've done the political compass test so many fucking times. I'm always bottom left quadrant. Like deep. Usually almost to the corner. Talk about you, Jimmy. 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 Jimmy, Jimmy, Jimmy. I have not returned to my swamp kingdom. I'm in Missouri. My swamp kingdom is in Louisiana. Sal, what are you doing? Salvador. Don't fuck with that. Get out of the South while you can. Yeah. Why Missouri? I have family here, so I'm visiting family. I am visiting my uncle in Missouri since I have no place to stay at this point. Don't wanna know, don't need to know. We got champagne problems. Dude, I love horse medicine. Of course. You gotta get it. Why no place to stay? Because... Shush. Hey. Because a giant hurricane killed the power in my area. So I have no electricity. And a lot of roads are still impassable, and actually there's a lot of damage to like the pipes and stuff too, so I might not even have water. I was staying at a hotel, but I was like, Jesus, I'm spending like $100 plus a night to stay at a hotel. I might as well just take a fucking 6-hour drive and go stay with my uncle, who is pretty cool, and where I could stay for free. So it made more sense to me to come here and stay for free than it did to continue to stay at hotels for the next like 2 or 3 weeks while Louisiana gets the power restored. What is this? Is the same uncle whose carpet your dog shit on? Yeah. That was an unusual circumstance. My dog is not, like, Salvador pretty much never has accidents. Sal was sick. We were moving cross country. Salvador got, like, terrible diarrhea. And, from, like, nervousness, basically. And, he could not help but, like, just, like, shit was just dripping constantly out of his asshole. Like, a steady drip. It was probably the most frustrating thing, I don't know, I've ever had to deal with. Like, I'm a pretty patient person, believe it or not. But that shit was driving me up the wall. I felt bad for him, yeah. This time around, he's better. He's a little depressed, I think. I think he's happier being here than he was staying in hotels. Because here, there's like a yard and stuff. Now,
Can I sit with you?
yeah. My uncle also has dogs. So I'm kind of trying to see if maybe we can get them introduced. But Guy is skeptical that his dog will get along. I'm also skeptical that Sal can get along with other dogs, but I don't know. Seems like life would be easier if the dogs could, like, be in the same place. You know, Manson's participation in the Donda album was, like, largely just, like, a symbolic middle finger. I don't think he actually contributes much in terms of, like, to the artistic integrity of the album. I think other than the statement of, like, him being there, which I think is, like a clear middle finger to, like, polite society, you know, because of Manson's reputational hit at this point, being dropped by his label and all that stuff. And Kanye just saying, fuck that, he's going to be on my new album. But as far as, like, his actual contribution to the album, like, in and of itself, I don't think it's much. He just kind of, like...
Oh, sorry. There's a hummingbird right next to us.
Oh, damn.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I just got excited.
But Manson's, like, auto-tune, and he just kind of sings, like, a line or two. You know, whatever. It's cool that he's on it, and it's cool that, like, Kanye put his name out there in a big way, you know, during this time, and was willing to, like, stand by him as an artist. And it's cool. I've seen some other people come out in Manson's defense, especially from, like, the hip-hop community and shit, so that's pretty cool. You know, and, you know, just saying shit like... I don't remember who it was. I should probably remember his name so I can give him the props he deserves, but there was a guy that was just like, he took a picture with Manson and got a little heat for it, and he was just like, this is bullshit. There's so many people in the rap community that have fucking just as bad, if not worse shit that we haven't canceled. So this is fucking ridiculous. And it is. Have you forgotten about Dr. Dre? Or Dre Day? I don't know. I guess I never knew about Dre Day. I think, you know, I think it's cool. I'm glad to see him out and about and doing stuff and not just, like, moping around his goth mansion or whatever the fuck, crying about what they're doing to him or whatever the fucking hell. The State of Misery is such an inspiring place. Oh, yeah.
Did you tell him about the billboards?
The billboards? Oh, my God. No. The billboards, when I was driving up here...
Missouri has some weird fucking opinions.
Yeah. I mean, it was just like... it wasn't really... The main opinion was just like abortion. Just like... I think that Missouri is more southern than the South. Because, like, I don't know. Like, when I was in Mississippi, I would say probably like 80% of people wore masks. When I was in Louisiana, I'd say like 60 to 80%, depending on what part of the state you're in. When I was in Arkansas, people were wearing masks. As soon as I hit the Missouri fucking border, it was like no masks. And just constant stupid billboards that were like, baby's heart beats at 16 months or 16 weeks or whatever the fuck.
16 months.
I don't know.
That's like way after it's born.
You know how it is.
Well, tell them about the weird pedo one.
Yeah. There was one that was like, had this dude like holding up a baby and looking all like, and it was like, real men love babies. It's like, the fuck is going on here? Jesus is your mask in Missouri. Oh yeah, we saw one that was also like, there was like a woman's arms like wrapped up in chains with like hellfire behind it, and it said like, are you shackled by your lust? Jesus can save you, or whatever the fuck. I drove actually through Festus, Missouri. I didn't even realize it was happening. I was just kind of like...
It was so fast.
I was sitting in the passenger seat, and I'm like, look over to the fucking side, because we're passing through some shithole little town. I'm like, what's this? And I see a fucking sign that's like, you know, welcome to Festus, or whatever. I'm like, what? Holy shit, I'm in fucking Festus. I scrambled to get my phone out in time to take a picture. There was even a Festus water tower. I was like trying to take a picture of the Festus water tower, but my phone was being a piece of fucking shit. And even though I got it out in time, it like froze. And so I didn't get the picture, but whatever. Who cares? There's probably pictures of it online. But yeah, I'm not far from Festus right now. I could go take a fucking jaunt down there if I wanted to.
Yeah, we passed McNutt.
Yeah, McNutt, dude. We had a laugh at McNutt. Like,
It
what?
was right after Festus.
Yeah. Is Festus what I imagined? No.
It's actually, there was more shit there than you would expect, but it still was awful.
It bore more of a resemblance to civilization than I suspected that it would. And there's like, you know, like some chains there and stuff. Like, when I've actually imagined Festus in my mind, it's basically just been like a giant trailer park and nothing else, which, like, clearly that's not what any town is like, really, but...
I mean, some are. And we don't know what it was like past, like, being on the highway.
Sure.
Like,
Sure.
close to the highway, there was, like, a Walmart and, like, McDonald's and normal shit.
Yeah, it was like...
But we drove through it in, like, 3 minutes. Like, it was very small.
Yeah, I don't know where the citizens of Festus rest their weary heads at the end of a long day, but you know. Festus is not as small as you think.
It seemed small driving past it. It's like we were there and then we're in the next town. Like, immediately.
Crystal City. Nice sunglasses. Thanks. Innsmouth. Festus had no vibe whatsoever.
No.
It just looked like any other generic random town where you'd stop to refuel or like run through a drive-through if you're hungry. Like a little oasis of like shitty fast food restaurants and gas stations after a long stretch of nothing. And you just pop in, grab your cheeseburger and fill up your tank and keep going. That's what it really struck me as. Festus is a metropolis if you're from McNutt. I don't even want to know what McNutt's like, dude.
Do you need anything?
No. Just don't let them cats out. Maybe put them back. Get out of here, you fucking bug. Get. Wants my fucking Coke for some reason. Get the fuck lost, bitch. TJ, I've been watching since I was 13, 2012. Now I'm 23. I've watched thousands of hours of your content. You've shaped my philosophy more than anyone. I appreciate you immensely. Thank you. Thanks, bud. I don't know how. I hope you've, like, gone on to listen to people smarter than me. I hope you've expanded beyond just listening to my crazy raving ass, but I'm glad that I could be a part, of your life. I mean, what more could I really ask for, right? Let's go to Waffle House. Let's not. Let's not do that, actually. Apparently, I'm not far from... I guess there's legal weed in Illinois, which I didn't even... I guess I heard about that at some point, but I suppose I forgot. And I'm apparently not far from that. So if I wanted to go grab some weed, I can just go to, like, a weed store, like 20, 30 minutes from here, so... Because I guess I'm not far from that border. Super expensive? Well, whatever. Can't be that fucking expensive. Okay, well, I guess people are telling me it's pricey, but, whatever. I got some stuff with me, so... $4.50 an ounce, that is pretty steep. But I assume it's good, right? Like, we're not talking $4.50 an ounce for shit, right? Yeah, so, I mean, whatever. I mean, that's pricey, but, I'm like a stranger in a strange land right now, so it's not like I got the hookup. Oh, so it's like more like the taxes that are high. I don't know how he deals with that door. He needs to, like, lube it up or something. Some WD-40. I don't think undercover cops are bothering with, like, I'm gonna sling some weed anymore. Because, like...
There's only 5 states where it's still illegal.
Yeah.
Completely.
So, I mean, like, I don't know. Seemed like a pretty lame sting at this point. I got you, you son of a bitch. Pay the $50 fine. It's like, oh.
There's a dispensary 2 miles from here.
$4.50 an ounce is a lot. What dirt weed do you people smoke? I guess we smoke fucking weed. I mean, like, I would say, like, $250 to $300 is a pretty reasonable price for an O. Unless you're talking about, like, super primo shit. And then, like, $400 is maybe acceptable.
Yeah, but a lot of the time they advertise it as primo and make you pay $400 and it's not primo.
Chelsea is skeptical of the supposed primo-ness.
At least from a dealer, not from, like, a real shop.
Right, that's fair. They will arrest you for any weed in Texas. Well, that's why I'm not in Texas.
Yeah, well, Texas also just ruined Roe v. Wade, so fuck Texas.
Told you guys that state ain't no good. How many times I said it?
But Austin is cool.
Well, let's move Austin to some other state.
Move it over to New Mexico. They're liberal.
Yeah. Move Austin to New Mexico, blow up Texas. Weed is decriminalized in Houston. Yeah, okay.
Houston's also where they have that homeless program that you...
I guess Houston ain't... I mean, like, Texas, there's places in Texas ain't bad, but, like, they need to be chopped off. And the rest of Texas needs to fucking go to hell in a handbasket. Or whatever. Doesn't have to be a handbasket necessarily. It could be a bucket. It could be a Tupperware container. It could be a trash can.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a shit bucket.
Yeah.
A latrine.
What is this? Oh yeah, by the way, weed is completely decriminalized in Missouri. Never had weed. Yeah, I know. Most places are like that now. Most places it's like decriminalized or it's like a little tiny fine. And who cares beyond that, you know what I mean? Like, weed is not a big deal anymore. I don't even really feel like, whatever. I like, when I evacuated, one of the things I brought was like, I guess I'll bring my green. I wasn't like, oh my God, I'm so paranoid because I'm riding with this. Because even if I got caught, it'd just be like, probably nothing. You taught me some critical thinking skills when I was 13 as well. I think you played a role in my intellectual development of many young people. Well, hopefully that doesn't... Hopefully you guys don't turn out to be a bunch of fucking assholes. If one of you becomes president, though, you gotta give me a cabinet position. That's all I can say.
I was looking at Tennessee, but it's one of the 5 places where they're super harsh on weed still. Tennessee is gorgeous.
Tennessee is lagging behind, bro.
But they need to fix their weed laws.
Yeah, it's weird. I know, I mean, it's like, there's some weed smoking motherfuckers in Tennessee, you know. All kinds of people smoking them weed up in Tennessee, bro. Right, baby?
Yeah. Do you have anything out there?
No, I don't.
Where's your stuff?
It's in there. Oh, man, that feels good. She's actually shot mushrooms for sure, right? Shrooms. Should definitely be shrooms is the next one on the blog. I mean, really, it should just be all drugs. And anyone should be, like, informed consent. They could take whatever they want. I don't think that they should just be as easy as just walk into a store and be like, I'll take some heroin, please. I think there should be a process. But I think that if you want it, there should be a means whereby you can legally get it.
Like in kind of like a hospital setting?
No, not necessarily. I think, like, maybe you do need, like, a doctor's note or something, though. Like, you go consult your doctor and be like, I would like to now do heroin. And he's like, okay, well, here are the risks of heroin or whatever.
Yeah.
And he lays it out to you. And if you still want it...
What doctor is going to be like, okay, sure, here's your script for heroin?
Well, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily a prescription. I think they just have to clear that they just have to confirm that they've given you the fucking spiel. And then, you go there and then... there's like certain things you have to agree to, like provisions, like you're not going to drive a vehicle, you're not going to do this, you're going to do this in this context. If this happens, call this number, blah, 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 blah. Make it as safe as possible. Encourage them to do it with a fucking partner nearby. Have like places where people can do it, like little heroin alcoves and shit. And then if you want to do it, you go there and you fucking, oh man, I'm fucking crazy. Make it all above board. Tax that shit. I don't see why not. Bring back the opium den. Like, what really happened with the opium den? You know what I mean?
Some bad shit.
Like what?
I don't know.
I don't know either. So, I guess there could have been some...
kind of had the reputation of, like, people would...
I see that Trenton Weiberg sent me some, like, $13 on Cashapp. Thank you, Trenton. Appreciate that.
Thank you. We appreciate everything right now. Our life is crazy.
Yeah, super appreciative.
But what I was going to say was opium dens. Like, they have a reputation for, like, drugging women and raping them all the time.
Well, that's why you do it above board, right?
I guess.
Make it a fucking, like, because you never see that shit at a Denny's or something. I mean, I'm serious. Like, they're peddling shit that kills you. That mozzarella stick's taking some time off your fucking life. That's clogging an artery or two.
Speaking of mozzarella sticks.
We should get some mozzarella sticks.
We had the best mozzarella sticks ever in Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah, they were pretty good.
Oh my god, they're like homemade.
What was the name of that joint?
Eats Diner.
Eats Diner.
Definitely recommend.
It was E.A.T. It's like, some kind of acronym. I didn't look up what it stood for.
It's really fucking good and pretty cheap. Very fast.
Yep. Ow. The fuck is that? Have you visited the Arch yet or any other great St. Louis attractions? Dude, I've been to the Arch one time. I don't give a fuck about no Arch, okay? You know what they should do to the Arch? I think McDonald's should commission another Arch to be built right next to it and then paint them gold and just make it like a monument to McDonald's. Or it could be like the Ray Kroc Memorial Monument. And they can play that movie, The Founder. They have a little theater down there. You can just go in at any time and The Founder just plays in a loop. You know? And you can see the story about how Ray Kroc stole fucking McDonald's from those fucking two poor McDonald brothers. And fucking just like, they got nothing and got totally fucked, and he got everything and just like won the day. The Founder is a great movie. Michael Keaton is he's a top-notch fucking actor. I still don't like him as Batman. I know it's a fucking carnal sin to some of you guys that I don't, but he's done a lot of great shit.
I like him better as the bad guy.
He is a good bad guy. I like him as a fucking, I don't know, he was fucking cool in Birdman. I wouldn't really call him a bad guy in that.
He's not really a good guy either, though.
Yeah, he's kind of like, I mean, he's just a dude in that.
Yeah.
He's a guy. You know, he's neither good nor evil. He's just a fucking human being.
He's a flawed human.
Ray
But
Kroc,
yeah,
I mean, I would say Ray Kroc is not a bad guy either. He's just a fucking cutthroat-ass businessman, which, you know, in this society, obviously, he was rewarded for. So how can you say that he's a bad person when he literally rose to the top of the society that he existed within? You know? I mean, by the standards of his time and place, he's not only a good guy, he's the best guy. Now, you can criticize the system, but it's like, don't hate the player, hate the game, right? I don't know. He was willing to be a cutthroat piece of shit, but that's what our society rewarded, so who can fucking really blame him?
But doesn't the game exist because the players?
I mean, remember that dude was fucking circling the drain and just he was a fucking, pretty much a failed salesman going fucking door to door selling bullshit for years of his life, you know? Just plugging away at it. But yeah, I mean, motherfuckers like him definitely make that the game. But I don't know. I guess you have to figure out where the culpability lies at the end of the day. Even when he played the fucking Vulture, I didn't really think he was necessarily a villain. He was a guy that got fucked over by the government. You know, the government totally fucked him over, fucked over his business. That was a legitimate fucking salvage operation. He thought he was, you know, had the contract to get this fucking shit. They fucking came in and classified, stole his fucking shit, didn't reimburse him at all, didn't care that his business was destroyed. And so he's like, fuck them. I'm going underground. It's a totally fucking reasonable reaction, dude. I mean, maybe not completely reasonable, but at least understandable. He's a good sympathetic villain. But I like his ass. The Killdozer case, yeah. Who's my favorite Batman? Kevin Conroy, the dude who voiced him in the animated series. I guess it's easier to just be a voice, but whatever. AidAccess.org will provide online consultation for women and send abortion pills through the mail. It's an international org, so Texas law doesn't apply. Well, who knows?
Yeah, but the law makes it so your neighbors or anybody could put a bounty out on you, basically.
Yeah, bounty them motherfuckers. Try to control your own fucking body, you fucking bitch.
I mean, so many people are desperate for $10,000 right now. They're gonna accuse everyone.
It's gonna be like,
even if they have no evidence.
I heard she got one. She got an abortion. She's leaving town. She's getting an abortion.
I was going through her mail and it felt like there's a pill in there.
It's not a bounty, lol. I mean, well, it functions the exact same way a bounty does.
Yeah.
So.
Bring us this person and you'll get $10,000. That's a fucking bounty.
I mean, it's not like you're not necessarily bringing them the person.
No, but you're giving them information.
But it's like, I would say it's more like akin to like Salem witch hunt conditions, where like if you accuse your neighbor of being a witch, like you get all their stuff, which obviously incentivizes false accusations. Hi TJ, been a fan for 10 plus years. I hate when incels stop bothering the stream, but HMU if you and Chelsea want some Missouri hospitality. Maybe, I don't know.
What does that mean?
What is HMU?
Hit me up.
Oh, okay.
But Missouri hospitality, that's what I want to know what that means.
Yeah, what is Missouri hospitality? What does that constitute? Yeah, what's being offered here? Missouri is like Alabama, but with more snow. I would say it's like, I don't know. Alabama doesn't actually seem as like crazy or right wing as Missouri, I gotta say.
Have you spent? Yeah, you used to live there.
Yeah, I've been in Alabama. Oh. Missouri hospitality is basically moonshine and cow tipping. Good to know. Yeah, report your neighbors as political dissidents. My neighbors had a Bernie Sanders sticker on their car. All right, we're coming down to get them. We're gonna take care of them. You support seditious actions against the government, boy. You're gonna have to be locked up. It used to be legal to kill Mormons in Missouri. Cool. Well, maybe the state ain't half bad. I don't know. Thought police, man. Fucking thought police. Irony is that TJ supports censorship. Oh, wow. Such a hot take. Yet another person that refuses to actually, like, consider the position I've taken and just, like, wants to run with this dumb fuck Ministry of Truth narrative that, like, all the right-wing idiots are, like, trying to spin because they don't want their lies to actually be fact-checked. This is censorship. I'm not allowed to lie. Missouri hospitality is code for unlimited Oreos. That's pretty cool. Get out of here. TJ, what state in the U.S. are you planning to move in? I don't know yet. I'm thinking about moving back to Ohio, but I'm not 100% sure.
We're not excited about it.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, I don't know if it'll be permanent. It might just be like, project, get the fuck out of the South, and then that might only be like for a small time while I look for something else. Why Ohio? Because rent's pretty reasonable there. I know the area. There's a lot of metropolitan areas. It's pretty close to Chelsea's family.
Yeah, I have family there. That's where I'm from.
You know, it's pretty close to her dad too. He's not far off. He's like over in Jersey and, you know, Philly, which is not too far. I would never move to Florida.
That doesn't solve our hurricane problems at all.
Yeah, if anything, Florida gets it worse, so.
Because they're like the big dangling dick out in the middle of the water.
I object to anyone calling Florida America's dick, okay? Florida's a turd dangling out of America's ass.
Okay, whatever.
I don't know what our dick is. I don't even know if America has a dick, but
maybe it's a female.
Florida is a turd. I know that much. Don't move to Florida. I would never move to Florida.
Don't worry, we're not that dumb.
I would never do it. I learned my lesson living in Louisiana. Boring. Cool. Ohio isn't as bad as people say. I mean, Ohio's just kind of middle of the road.
It's not exciting, but it's like safer.
Yeah, it's like somewhere that's more stable, I guess.
Growing up in that area, I never had to run away from the fucking weather. My town was never in chaos because of, like, the fucking weather. Like, I don't know. It's pretty upsetting to, like, know you can't go home. And we're really lucky to have this place, even though we had to drive really far.
What's good about Louisiana? I mean, increasingly not much.
I like
there's like
the lakefront where we live.
I think that, you know, the city of New Orleans has like a rich cultural history and stuff, and a lot of like great stuff happened there in the past, you know, jazz, Creole cuisine, all this stuff. But like Creole and Cajun food, I would say, has like suffered a pretty precipitous decline just in my lifetime as it's become more commercialized. There's nothing interesting in terms of like music or art or culture coming out of New Orleans anymore. You know, the rest of the state is just like a fucking festering shithole of like terrible garbage.
There's really not much.
It's like so much poverty. People are just broke fucks. You know, you drive through the state, it's like you feel like you're in a third world country. You know, I don't know. There's just not much to it anymore. And like the place where I live, they have like these airs, like they think they're like better than they are. They think that they're like so cosmopolitan and shit, but like it's laughable if you go anywhere else in the fucking country. Like they're just like so bumpkin.
Super stuck up.
Yeah, they're just like, no reason. It's literally, they're like country bumpkins that are stuck up because they're a little bit better than the other country bumpkins that surround them. And it's pretty fucking pathetic, and I'm just like done with it. So yeah, fuck them. What YouTube channels do I watch? I don't know. Not many. Arizona? Nah.
Too hot. Too dry.
No, I don't want to live in the desert. I considered it, and I'm just like, I'll visit the desert, but I'm not living there. I need trees. I need some greenery. I need some like nature around me. It's not just like scorpions and fucking shit.
Also, like, those areas don't have any water.
Right, and I'm like already concerned about climate change, so like going somewhere that's already fucking got a water deficit, not super appealing as an idea to me. So, like, my options at that point are either I gotta go back to the Pacific Northwest, or I gotta fucking figure out some shit in the East. So Michigan, yeah, maybe. I mean, there's legal weed there, whereas they're not in Columbus or, you know, wherever in Ohio, because I might be looking at Cincinnati too. But Michigan, it's a little colder than those areas. Texas can go fuck itself. I guess I might consider some parts of Illinois. I don't want to live in a small town, really. I don't know. I have like a series of criteria, and like I feel like right now the place that meets the most practical stuff is probably in Ohio, and I already have a familiarity with it, and Chelsea has connections there, so it seems like it's not really too bad of an idea. I'm not excited about it, but I'm just like, whatever. It seems like a reasonable, pragmatic fucking thing to do.
Definitely not excited.
But, you know, maybe our next move can be to somewhere exciting. Because I don't know that I see myself settling there, but getting the fuck out of Louisiana is a fucking priority. Because I cannot have my whole life fucking thrown into chaos for a month at a time. Every time a fucking big storm hits. Come to Connecticut. I don't know shit about Connecticut.
Yeah, me neither.
Chelsea is not from Louisiana. Chelsea is from Ohio.
Fuck that, dude. It makes me sad that anyone would think I'm from there.
Ohio sucks, though. Ohio seems like a fucking paradise on earth compared to Louisiana.
Fuck, I'd move back to Kentucky.
That's terrible.
I would, though.
Yeah, I'm staying with Brett. He's right in there snoring. So, yeah, I'm staying with with Brett right now.
We take turns on the mattress.
He's in there shooting his day's videos, and then, you know, I'll go in there and I'll shoot my videos, and Charlotte, North Carolina. Yeah.
North Carolina is cheap.
When I moved to Louisiana in the first place, long story. I mean, I have connections there. My dad was born in Louisiana. My parents live in Louisiana. They, you know, have a business there. But, you know, basically, I don't want to get too much into, like, everything they said, but there was a lot of, like, stuff that they said about, yeah, you're going to move to Louisiana, it's going to be like this, and it's going to be like this, and they did a lot of stuff to convince me to come there, and, you know, I don't feel like what they told me was, for the most part, true, so... I want to meet Chelsea and TJ one day, move to Oregon. I mean, we'll definitely come to Oregon. I don't know if we'll move to Oregon.
It's too many fires.
Move next to Paul. Someone just died. Someone always just died.
I think they meant that scream.
What happened to Holly and Cody?
Why do people keep bringing them up lately?
I don't know. It's like, I think it's just this person.
Oh, it's the same person.
I'm pretty sure it's just this person asking it over and over again. Like, they've moved on with their lives, as have I, as should you, random fucking stranger who's, it's none of your concern.
It's like 7-8 years ago.
Yeah, thanks, Marshall.
What do you say?
You just banned him. Or I didn't ban him, he timed him out for 300 seconds. Like, stop harassing me with that shit. You want to, I mean, Cody Weber is literally still on YouTube. You can go talk to him if you want to. I'm not the what happened to so-and-so person. I don't fucking keep touch with everybody that I've ever fucking known. When I part ways with a person, they go live their life and I go live mine. Maybe you should go live yours. Hope we don't get raided this time. I really don't care. Whatever. If it gives me more, if it's gonna give me more views, I don't really give a shit. I'm more than happy to fucking sit here and contend with that.
More than happy?
More than happy. Real question is, what happened to Corn Pop? Corn Pop is inside.
He's in the attic.
He's upstairs. Yeah, Cody literally made a video about it, right? I haven't watched it, but I guess there's a video about his time with me, so you can literally go watch that if you want to. I don't, but you can. TJ probably listens to Tim McGraw's I Am an Indian Outlaw. Cool. Yes, you did watch it. No, I didn't. When are you moving in with Vosh to be his gay lover? I mean, as soon as he asks, I guess. You know, I've thrown out the invitations. You know, I mean, I've thrown out the flirtations. So he knows that, you know, I'm game. But, you know, we'll see. Vosh does not live in Beverly Hills. Vosh lives in Washington.
Seattle.
He lives in Seattle. He's from Beverly Hills, but he doesn't live in Beverly Hills. Seattle is too expensive. I'm too much of a homebody to go somewhere where my house has to be shitty. Why don't you just move next to Paul? I don't like where Paul lives.
Yeah, they're also running out of water.
Right. I don't know. I don't think it's all that. Cleveland is the last place in Ohio I would ever move to.
No one should move there.
No one should be in Cleveland. Cleveland should be condemned.
Sal?
I
think that's Uncle Dad.
Yeah, I think so too. Do I like the South? No, not really. There's certain aspects of it I enjoy. I like the looseness of the South. I think that there's like a good fun-loving culture there. I think that there's like a rejection of pretense in some areas that is kind of endearing. I think that there's a certain sort of like willingness to kind of not give a shit that I find fun. But there's also a lot of fucking areas where, you know, that cavalier attitude can be a negative. There's actually a lot of great cities in this country. I mean, even in shitty states, there's nice cities. I actually thought Jackson, Mississippi, was pretty nice. I was there for a minute, and I thought there was like really good food there, really nice people. Hey, puppy. Akron, Ohio. Move to Europe. That's really difficult. I don't know.
Hey guys, come on.
Good afternoon, TJ. It's weird, I was just listening to Devo earlier. When a problem comes along, you must whip it. Whip it into shape. Hey TJ, I'm currently on season 4 of TNG. I don't like the Wesley character, but I did tear about a little when he watched the message from his dad. Yeah, that didn't move me one iota. I don't care about Wesley Crusher as a character. Thankfully, around the time that you're watching, like, if you're on season 4, Wesley is pretty much done. Like, there's like a few episodes where he pops up as like a guest character, but he's not part of the main cast by that season. In fact, I kind of think they phase him out in season 3. Pretty much as soon as Gene Roddenberry dies, they kind of write Wesley gently off of the show. When a problem comes along, you must whip it. Whip it into shape. I hate Jake Sisko. To me, he's just Black Wesley.
You can do it.
Thank you, shitty economist. Appreciate you. How long before you can go home? I actually am not certain about that right now.
You want to go back in?
I'm just waiting to get word that power has been restored. If power gets restored, then I'll start gathering my stuff together to go back, I guess.
Yeah, that's all we're waiting for.
Yeah, really, I'm just waiting for my power to come back. And then I go and I have to clean out my refrigerator and my freezer, which are going to be fucking disgusting.
Yep.
Increasingly disgusting as time has progressed. You should have stayed? No.
What?
Do you rent or own? I rent. If I owned...
If we stayed, we would be a week in with no electricity.
Yeah.
In like 80, 90 degree heat.
Yeah, fuck that. I have no interest in that. You didn't clean
Plus-
out beforehand? I mean...
We had like 2 hours.
Why would I clean out my fridge and freezer beforehand? What if the storm wasn't shit? Do you have any idea how many times that's happened? Do you have any idea how many times there's been like a storm of the century in the Gulf of Mexico and then it hits and it's like, boop! It's just nothing. So, you know, I didn't feel like I wanted to necessarily throw all my food and shit away.
Yeah, I mean, that's a couple $100 of stuff.
Right. More than that.
Yeah, because the meat in
I got
the freezer.
the meat in my freezer and all that. I mean, I probably, like, all is said and done, Corn Pop's medicine has to be refrigerated, and there was still a vial left in there. I would say probably like $800 or $900 worth of shit in the freezer and fridge collectively. Yeah. Between all the meats that was in the freezer and Corn Pop's medicine and all that stuff. Maybe that's a little overestimated, maybe $600, but still. So I wasn't going to throw all that shit away unless I had to, which now I'm going to have to. And it's going to be gross because it's been subjected to
really
days
bad.
and days of heat. So I don't know. I'm going to need like a hazmat suit or something.
I mean, Corn Pop's medicine alone is like $200
well,
a bottle, so.
Become a Florida man? Yeah. I'm never going to do that, just so you know.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. Our whole town is just like in darkness.
Yeah.
And everyone's fighting over gas. Your uncle was just telling me he saw on the news earlier today, or maybe yesterday, that there was like one gas station in New Orleans that had gas, and there was like a 3-mile long line for it, and there was people with guns at the pumps, like trying to fight their way to get gas, like warding off other people.
Sounds
so
right.
That's where we're at right now, at home.
Yeah.
That's what's waiting for us back there. So yeah, we're not going back.
I missed your super chat. I'm sorry. I think Wesley was meant to appeal to young fans, but the problem is the kids don't want to see themselves as a goody dork. Yeah. Dude, I mean, Wesley was immediately hated as a character on that show, but Gene Roddenberry was adamant that Wesley was a good character, and even went so far as to state that if you didn't like Wesley, you didn't like him. And I'm like, well, I guess I don't like you because Wesley fucking sucks ass, bro. And as soon as Gene Roddenberry died, honestly, that show was hampered by a lot of the stuff that he did to it. It really didn't come into its own until after his ass was gone. Because, like, he had this rule where, like, characters couldn't have interpersonal conflict because I guess, like, in the future, everyone just gets along fucking perfectly. And so he had that, and it made, like, any fucking book you ever read on writing is going to tell you, like, the essence of good writing is conflict. Conflict on every page. Gotta be conflict. And Gene Roddenberry's like, no conflict. And it's like, kind of hamstring us here. By the way, there's this dork, and he saves the day a bunch of times. Like, there's literally, like, in the first season, Wesley Crusher saves the day, like, 3 or 4 times. And he's just supposed to be some dumbass little kid. And he wears a fucking, I don't know. I hate that little fucking son of a bitch. And I hate the fucker that plays him, too. So, Wesley's gross. What do you think of this guy? You like Wesley?
I never hated him.
Never hated him?
There was only one character I hated.
Who was that?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, she
Yes.
sucks.
I totally agree.
Yeah, she sucks ass too.
She's like, I feel like
An alien.
you're angry.
There's like there's some alien on the screen. It's like, "Roar!" And she's like, I sense anger. Like,
And here's the thing: if you had betazoids who could read people's minds, why would you want this little half-breed?
Right.
She can't do it.
She can't do it. You're totally right.
I feel like he's feeling. It's like I can do that.
I know, right?
yeah, it's called like reading body language, right?
Yeah, fuck her.
She
She's
sucks.
annoying.
They did kind of make her a little bit better in later seasons and in like
They changed
Voyager
her
and shit.
hair. I mean, the first season, her hair was so bad. Well, most of the seasons her hair was bad, but the first was awful. And so you just had no respect for her. You're like,
She's got bad hair. Got no respect.
That's how I judge every day.
Good to know.
Wesley should have been more rebellious. Maybe that would have been, you know, or hey, how about this? We don't need a fucking kid on the starship, okay? Like, you don't need him.
Yeah, who would take their kids on a ship that's going to possibly be blown up at any time, go into battle, defend? I mean, it's basically a warship. They say it's a science ship,
But yeah, it's like literally getting into fights like every week. So,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, it's not smart.
And they got like families and shit on there. There's like a bunch of little kids on the ship. It's like literally like, aren't you guys like fighting with like Romulans and like getting fucking abducted by Borg and like whatever else like every other week?
Have you watched The Lower Decks?
No.
No. What is really good about that is it makes so much fun of Star Trek.
Really?
It's like, yeah, it's self-deprecating. It's like they had this one little thing that got this ensign, and he wanted to move up in Starfleet because he's on this like little crappy ship, you know. So he gets this promotion to Riker's new ship, and so he's over there, and like this last episode, they're like battling someone, and the entire time he's like this on the bridge. He's like traumatized and everything, and everyone else on the bridge is like, yeah, we beat him, yeah, let's get a drink, you know, and he's just traumatized. he's like, I can't do this every day.
That sounds funny.
Why is your beard so
They
off?
should think it's like, you know, that's the reaction all of those people should have on that ship.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, can you imagine what that show would be like if they actually had to like deal with all the trauma they deal with?
Oh yeah, it'd be just like Deanna Troy.
Yeah.
Helping everyone.
Like, there was literally like an episode where it's like she was like impregnated by like an alien, and then her baby was born like the next day, and then it like grew to an adult, and
It's like,
and then like next week it's just like, who remembers that? I'm on to like the next thing now. It's like, wow, you guys are fucking super well adjusted. You just fucking deal with anything.
yeah, it's like someone dies and they're sad for 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. They're sad at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Wow, it sure sucks about Tasha. Anyway,
Yeah.
the voyage goes on. Good old Star Trek.
This is the bottle I was telling you about.
Oh, yeah, I have one.
Yeah, we got one of
Oh, you
those.
got those?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also give them tennis balls because we're stupid, I guess. Taking a kid on the Enterprise is like taking a kid on a naval ship in modern times. It makes no sense. Yeah. TJ, show us Corn Pop. Corn Pop is inside. He's doing his own thing. I met one of your cats, guy.
Oh, the black one?
I met the black one.
Yeah.
She's,
I saw both of them.
Chelsea met both of them. But when
Yeah,
I
they
try to go
both
down there,
sniffed me, but when he came down, Shere was gone. You saw him like darting
I saw
around.
him. Yeah, I like saw him a couple times go like, pew, pew. But
He looks exactly like Cornelius, but really fat. He's
Yeah.
cute though.
how would I write Star Trek? I don't know. I think the Orville does a pretty good job of recapturing the feel. But, you know,
Yeah, it's fun.
I'd probably do something more like that than what they're doing with it now. If it was me, I don't think I'd be trying to personally write it. I would just oversee other people writing it.
I should go check the laundry.
Remember when a Dyson sphere was discovered and it disappeared completely next episode? I mean, like, that was always the thing, though. Like, it was always a total reset. Like, oh, it turns out, like, there was an episode of Star Trek Voyager where, like, they broke the warp barrier and, like, it turned them into lizards, even though they'd, like, broken the warp barrier multiple times before that without that effect. And then that was retconned later because they did it again later and it was fine. But in that one episode, breaking the warp barrier turns you into a fucking lizard, and then, like, Captain Janeway and fucking Tom Paris, like, fucked as lizards or something.
Yes.
And
They found the two.
had, like, little lizard babies on a lizard planet.
Yeah.
Weird fucking episode.
Yeah.
Or, like, Tuvix, right? Like, there was no... Like, what the fuck? Like, that would be, like, literally, like, years of therapy to get over what happened in that instance. But it's like, next week, it's just right back to the same dynamic. Didn't even change the nature of Tuvok and Neelix's relationship. have Space's Annex. I guess that's true. They probably have like way better medication than we do. The biggest flaw of TNG was the lack of continuity between episodes. I'm not asking for one continuous plot, but can we at least acknowledge the bullshit that happened last week? But see, it's kind of the strength of the show, because you can literally pick up any random episode of Star Trek The Next Generation, and it's like, you don't need to have seen anything that ever happened before to know what the fuck is going on. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to watch it in order. You can just pick whatever episode sounds good. You can watch it fucking season 7, episode 4. You can watch season 2, episode fucking 16. Doesn't matter. There's very few episodes that rely on you knowing shit from previous episodes. I guess that some plot threads that got picked up a few times was like lore and the Borg and like maybe a couple of other things.
Yeah, in that Pace and Spear episode, they said they were going to send that to science team.
Yeah, they're always doing that. Hey, buddy. My favorite thing in Star Trek is when...
Hey.
Calm yourselves. My favorite thing in Star Trek is when someone does like a techno-babble explanation of something, and then someone does the like... Oh, like they'll be like, we have to, isolate the quantum singularity using the dilithium matrix, and it's like, it's like a plunger going into a toilet, it's like...
And then they're like, done.
Have you and Chelsea okay? I hear the old familiar sound of the screaming, horny insects in the background. Well, those are not Louisiana insects. Those are Missouri insects, so... They really wanted the Ferengi to be the new Klingons in season 1. Yeah, well, the Ferengi ended up being way more interesting, as conceived as like this ultra-capitalist society. Like, the original conception of the Ferengi was pretty much like, who gives a fucking rat's ass about this? They were just like, they had like whips. Yeah, that first episode. They had like laser whips, and they're like, human!
And they walk like this.
It was retarded. Yeah, DS9 really did a lot of fucking favors for the Ferengi. Hi, TJ, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. I mean, given the circumstances. The old Star Trek Klingons were just dorks with spray. I cannot watch the original series. I just like... It's like too much of a cheese factor for me. I can't get with it. I can't get with the fucking spray tan Klingons. Yeah. I can't get with the hammy Shatner acting. I guess I like Spock okay, but I can watch the movies. But like I can watch some of the movies. Like Star Trek: The Motion Picture is probably one of the most boring fucking movies ever made. I can't get with that one. Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan is good. Star Trek 3, Search for Spock is good. The fourth one, what is that? Undiscovered Country or whatever the fuck? No, that's later. Star Trek 4 was the one with the whales, right?
No, that was the worst one. Voyage Home.
Voyage Home. I like Voyage Home, alright. Star Trek 5 is the worst one for me. No. What would God need with the starship?
That is absolutely the worst.
Dude, what's really weird about that, I don't know how long it's been since you watched that, but, I got a super chat. On a podcast with actors played Paris, Kim, and Janeway, they all made fun of the Warp Barrier episode a lot. I mean, it's a stupid fucking episode. That fucking particular Star Trek... Okay, so, Leonard Nimoy directed the Voyage Home with the whales and shit, and it was a big hit. And so...
That one I actually did like. I was thinking it was...
Oh, you were confusing the two? Yeah. Leonard Nimoy did that one. It was a big hit. People liked it. It was well received. It was like kind of a lighter movie. Right. They didn't do something super heavy with it. It was almost more like a comedy. But, whatever. People still dug it. Like, oh yeah, that's kind of a fun little film. Yeah. And so Shatner, of course, being an insane, egomaniacal jealous piece of shit is like, I'm directing the next one. It's time for my masterpiece. And so he writes and directs this terrible fucking movie. I think it's called The Undiscovered Country, right?
No, because Undiscovered Country.
Undiscovered Country, that's the 6th one.
That was the one where they made peace with the Klingons.
Okay, that's 6. What the fuck was 5 called? Someone knows. Doesn't matter. But anyway, nothing fucking happens in that movie. Nothing fucking happens in it. Literally, it starts with them camping and singing Row, Row, Row Your Boat. And then they go off in this little weird adventure where Spock has this brother that's never been mentioned before. And they go to meet God. And then it's like, what would God need with the starship? And then they like immediately defeat God and then go back to camping. And the fact that it's bookended by them camping and singing Row, Row Your Boat makes the entire movie feel like it was just some kind of like weird like fever dream around the campfire.
It almost was, because all the shit that happened in between, you know.
It changed nothing.
Yeah, it was just like all these implausible things happening, and yeah, and that whole battle with God.
Yeah, it sucked.
But I do use that line all the time, though. But I changed starship to book.
What would God need with a book? So then that was the last. I think the Undiscovered Country, Peace with the Klingons shit was the last of the fucking
Then they did
Generations, which to me was like pretty over the top, but I guess not terrible. It's like watchable. Data got pretty annoying. They put the fucking emotion chip in him, and he's just like, oh my god, take them away.
Take it out.
Get it out. First Contact, kind of more like an action movie. It's fine. Insurrection, pretty much trash. Nemesis, I guess it kind of had some cool concepts, but it really wasn't executed all that well. And then there was the Abrams movies, which are just kind of like, almost like just Star Wars movies masquerading as Star Trek.
Hated the first one so bad.
Yeah, I thought it was alright one viewing, but like, it had no replay value for me whatsoever. And by the time you got to the third one with Idris Elba and shit, that sucked. And I think that's all that's been done with it, right?
Yeah.
Those are all the films.
Now they've turned to TV, so I think that they're coming out with like 3 or 4 new Star Trek.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't like Discovery.
oh, Discovery's like my ultimate favorite.
A guy loves Discovery.
Voyager's still my ultimate favorite, but Discovery's a close second.
I liked Picard. I didn't like Discovery. I haven't seen Lower Decks. And I'm not really aware of what the other ones are that are coming out, but... Star Trek Prodigy is about to come out. What is that? I don't know anything about it, so... Star Trek Poop Deck.
When is there going to be a new Orville?
They just finally started shooting a new season of that because there was like COVID delays and shit.
Oh,
So yeah, they're doing at least one more season. They're not sure if it's going to be any seasons beyond that, but we're getting at least one more season of Orville. Thanks, babe. Thanks, babe. Fuck. I don't like Enterprise. I don't give a fuck about any of the characters. I feel like they needed some breakout characters to make that one fucking pop, and I just didn't get them. Why do you look like a tweaker these days? Yeah, I'm like fat, and I'm not like sallow, and I'm not like. So I don't know. Maybe you're just an idiot and don't know what a tweaker looks like. DS9's good. I like DS9. Still have my teeth. Why are you slapping that thing on your wrist? There's like a little bubble. So it's a vape. And sometimes there's like a little air bubble that gets stuck there that prevents you from getting anything out. So I tap it to, loosen the bubble and improve the airflow. What do you think keeps you becoming an alcoholic? Liker Hemingway? I guess you meant like Hemingway. Knowing reality is such a painful existence. I don't feel like alcohol improves things.
Alcohol sucks.
It's like, man, life is shit. If only I could feel like sick and have a headache, that would make things better. I don't really understand the logic of it, so.
I understand escapism, but alcohol doesn't really do that for us.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just like seems like it's like just a way to make things worse.
Especially if it's a problem.
If I'm looking for like relief, that'd be the last place I turn. Now, if I want to have a little fun and cut loose, maybe. But it's definitely not something I view as like a solution to the existential, pain of life or some shit. Yeah, I haven't smoked cigarettes since June of 2020.
So many birds.
Yeah, birds out the ass.
The weather here is actually really nice.
Yeah, today it is.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Right now it feels great.
Get out of here. Damn bugs. Hey, puppy. What made you give up on your diet? You were doing so well.
Is this normal weather for this time of year?
Sometimes, it's pretty mild for this time of year.
It feels really nice.
But, I don't know, we have days like this, but also we have days where it's just like sweltering and humid.
I'm like Ferguson area of Missouri. That's probably the most famous thing that's around that you would know from like the riots. It was like wasn't that Mike Brown?
Mike Brown.
Yeah.
2014.
That long ago? I guess, yeah, Obama was still
Are you in
president.
Colorado? The name of the stream is literally Missouri Streamin.
Are you in Colorado?
I just said I was in
Is
Ferguson.
there a town called Missouri in Colorado?
Maybe.
Possibly.
Maybe.
Missouri,
I know.
Colorado.
Misery, the book from Stephen King, is based in Colorado. That's the closest I know.
Awesome.
Yeah. Here.
Thanks. Actually in Africa. Toto's Africa. My uncle has a Amazon, Alexa. And, we never got one. We had one for like a minute, but we were like scared of it. It's like, fuck you, Bezos, get out of our house. Then we ended up getting a Fire TV anyway, which has Alexa built in, so Bezos still fucking can watch us. Man, it's cool. I was like, been just like giving it orders all day. I'm like, Alexa, do this. Alexa, do this.
He asked it to marry him.
What did she say? She always says something
Yeah,
funny.
she said, what did she say?
She said that she was like, didn't want to be tied down right now, and also that she was more of like a amorphous entity. And I was like, me too, Alexa. What the hell?
She is fun.
Yeah, TJ's been playing with it all
And I'd be
day.
like, as I'm basically just like listen to music. I'm like, play this, play this, play this.
Tells it
And then
like
like
volume.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, resume. Alexa, volume at 72%. You know?
And if you tell her to play it on the Terra Firma group, it'll play on all the Alexas at the same time.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
So it's like surround sound in your house.
Right.
That's pretty cool. You know, another thing, I did try to, for Chelsea, I was like, Alexa, play a mix of Marilyn Manson and Billie Eilish songs. Because I love Marilyn Manson, she loves Billie Eilish. I thought that would be, like, cool if it could, like, alternate, you know? But it didn't get it. It's like,
confused.
I don't understand what the fuck you're talking about, brah.
You should call. Oh, you know what you could do? That you could create your own
Yeah.
playlist. And
Oh,
then
you
can
can
tell
do
her,
that?
Play this playlist, and then she'll
Yeah, which I'd like. But, I mean, she couldn't do it for me.
Yeah.
Which seems like something that she should be able to do. Just saying, Jeff.
Yep. Take some advice. Well, here's the good thing. When I first got her, you know, what she did was, you know, not limited. There was a lot, but they're adding stuff like all the time. They've got an app store basically where you can download apps. They don't call them apps.
Oh, yeah, I'm making your Alexa go crazy. Sorry, I forget people have those now.
Oh, that's right.
I know. I was referencing like me talking to it last night, and she turned on. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Because I came downstairs and I was super tired, and I was just like, I just want to sleep on
Who
this
the fuck
couch.
is that guy? Guy.
His name's Guy.
That guy is Guy.
And I told her to turn on the fan. I was like, Alexa, turn on the ceiling fan. And she's like, I don't know what that is. And I'm like, she's told me to try different words. I was like, living room fan? Ceiling living room fan?
And they do. They have fans that are controlled
Yeah.
by Alexa. See, I just put bulbs in mine.
I know. I was just stoned, and I was just trying to tell her to do shit she wasn't even supposed to do. And I was like, oh, I have to get up and turn it on myself. I'm gonna start laughing at myself. She has really good hearing though, because I was like all the way across the room and I was whispering because everybody was asleep. I was like, and she heard me.
Yeah, she's kind of peculiar. Sometimes she doesn't, and then it depends if there's something else to her music.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, when it's nice like this, a lot of times I'll have the door open, and I tell her what to play from out here.
That's
So
cool.
she plays it.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It makes the house feel like a spaceship.
Oh shit, is that the gay Uncle Guy of legend? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, it is.
That's good.
The coolest uncle ever.
Roof, roof, roof. Barking at the birds, buddy.
Yeah, Uncle Guy has 2 dogs and 2 cats, and they're all pretty cool.
I didn't have any side effects from the vaccine other than my arm being sore.
I feel like your arm gets sore with every vaccine.
Yeah, so it was like whatever.
Like tetanus, all that shit.
My arm didn't get sore, but I felt like I was coming down the clinic for about 24 hours.
That's,
And,
yeah, I've
when I
heard
was
that
vaccinated,
too.
and it wasn't like, I felt like I was coming down, but, you know, because it was like kind of chills and fever and kind of achy and stuff, you know. I think I even had a little bit of a headache, but it, you know, it just
I remember after the second vaccine, TJ and I both slept, like, we took very long naps.
That's
after.
true, I did sleep. So,
So I guess it made
maybe
us sleepy.
fatigue
Yeah.
or tiredness or whatever you want to say.
Probably everyone's bodies react different.
Yeah, Taylor got really sick and she had to go to the hospital.
No, like, Dean's mom and stepdad, they had nothing at all. No sore arm, no sick, no nothing.
Nice.
And they're both, like, close to 80.
Yeah. Yeah,
Shush.
that's pretty much how my Grammy was too. She said it was fun.
Bork, bork. Both of my Pfizer shots put me out of commission for a day. Seem tired, comrade. Yeah, I mean, been a lot of days on the road.
Yeah, we haven't stayed at home since last Thursday.
Have I seen the clips of the crazy anti-mask, anti-vax parents threatening school boards? Yeah. Pretty funny. Fleeing hell will wear you out.
Yep.
Truth.
Sure has.
Truth. I don't even know how many days it's been.
Yeah, I don't know.
Seems like it's been like 2 months.
It feels like the storm hit forever ago.
Yeah, it seems like that's like a distant fucking memory of like, remember the storm? But it's not. I know it's not because it just hit New York.
It was on Sunday.
Yeah, poor New York.
They got fucking, I think more people died in New York.
No, he told me, he corrected me on that because I said that too.
No?
15 in Louisiana so far.
Well, there's 12 in New York. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
this morning it was 8. That's crazy. It would have
Well, I read
the
12, I
whole
don't know.
country?
Well, I heard there was flooding in Tennessee that was really bad. Too.
Really?
TJ, what kind of jobs would you be doing if you weren't on YouTube? Do you see yourself doing stuff like repairing electronics? I think I'd just be on the street corner raving with like a sign or something.
What would it say?
I don't know.
What would it
Give
say
me
today?
money.
Yeah.
It'd be like, I'll do one of those like funny ones like, not even gonna lie, I just want beer. Whatever the
Yeah.
fuck, you know? Then I use it to buy food.
Yeah, I saw someone with a sign that said, I don't remember the top part about wanting money, but then underneath in very bold what they had written, I won't buy crack.
I won't buy crack. That's for goddamn
promise
sure.
that.
I promise. I promise.
Ida made tornadoes outside Philly. Yeah. What a bitch.
Yeah, that's close to where my dad lives.
I'm surprised she was still that strong, you know, because, like...
Has that ever happened before? Where it goes across the whole country from the south to the north
Well, I know they,
I mean,
and causes that many deaths
I don't
and
know
shit?
about that many deaths, or if it stays that powerful that long. You know, because
Yeah.
it always goes.
Yeah, it always goes, but it usually is nothing by the time it's inland.
Yeah, I know, like, it's sad to say, but it's like, you know, when it's like really dry or something, I kind of look forward to a hurricane coming because it would usually, you know, pour a bunch of rain here, you know,
Yeah.
not a flood, but,
Right.
you know.
I mean, we were in Jackson. We still got hit by it, but it was just like a bad thunderstorm and the trees were swaying a lot. But it wasn't like flooding or anything crazy.
New York has never had 3+ inches of rain in an hour like they got. Yeah, apparently their infrastructure was not ready for it. Pretty apparently.
Well, a lot of their shit's underground.
Dog versus bee. I wish it would storm here. Why?
Well,
Wonder what's behind all
Probably
these
an
crazy
event.
weather events happening at once. Yeah, there's just no explanation. Nothing's even been posited. I don't know. Historic wildfires, historic fucking hurricane seasons, historic record global heat indexes. I don't know. What could it be?
Yeah, just
Unprecedented drought. Could be
the West
something.
is drying up.
probably the moon.
Yeah, the moon did it.
Yeah,
Tide goes in, tide goes out.
maybe we should blow it up.
I think we should blow up the moon, you guys.
Nuke the moon.
Nuke the moon. The moon's fucking us up. Yeah?
He agrees.
You tell him, buddy.
Says nuke the
It's
moon.
all those eclipses changing the weather.
Total eclipse of the sun.
Pongo.
Nuke the moon. Has anyone denied global warming lately? No. Now they just say like, well, there's nothing we can do or whatever.
A lot of people like fight about if it's man-made or not.
Yeah, like some. Yeah, there's still
why
those
does that
assholes
even matter at this point?
rattling around like, well, it's happening, but like we didn't do it.
Well, here's the other thing.
Let's just work
We
on
don't
it.
have to worry about that. God's gonna take care of that.
Wow.
Yeah, just like he's taking care of cancer.
It's God. Some people are like, it's God's judgment. We fucked up and
Yeah,
now
we
we're being
deserve
judged
it.
by God. It's like, well, pretty sure it's actually just like a result of what we've done, but okay. That's true, we could blame Canada.
I took a lighter and lit my house on fire. I don't know why it burned down. Must have been God.
God's judgment.
God's judgment. Had nothing to do with me.
TJ, you think COVID is payback to Trump's trade war? No. No. I don't think that. Yeah, God judged the dinosaurs. Now he's judging us, you know? Did you ever taste chocolate? What kind of retarded ass question is that?
Did you ever taste chocolate?
Fauci? I don't understand all the fucking extreme focus on Fauci.
Because they love somebody to hate.
Like that's like the only doctor in America or something.
Exactly. Well, they have their little expert doctors.
Yeah, most of their expert doctors believe in demons and shit, so
Yeah.
pretty fucking lame.
Yeah.
Here's a little cash to help you flee Mother Nature, TJ. Yeah. I love how Fauci did like everything in his power to maintain like a good relationship with Donald Trump. Like he did. That guy fucking did everything in his diplomatic ability to fucking not alienate the president,
Yep.
and Trump still turned him into a fucking villain.
Yep. He would have been better off to stand there at the podium and say, "This dumb motherfucker doesn't know what he's talking about. He's gonna fire me next. Don't listen to anything he says."
Get your ass to Mars. Those press conferences. Remember when Trump was doing like the daily COVID updates?
It was like daily torture.
Oh my god.
Oh.
It was a fucking non-stop shit. Wasn't it one of those where he was like talking about the bleach?
Yeah.
Inject bleach.
I mean, all it, he'd have those, I remember at the start of it, "Oh, we have it under containment. It's all contained. It's going away. It's, you know."
Yeah, I remember that shit too. He's like, "Listen, we have 7 cases. Very soon, it's gonna be 0.
Yeah.
0 cases."
I remember he wanted to keep the people on the boat because he likes the numbers. I like the numbers.
I like the numbers. Keep those people on the fucking boat. They don't count if they're on the boat. Everybody who gets COVID, put them on a boat. Send them out to sea.
We got 0 COVID.
We got no COVID here. Everyone's on a boat. I'm not saying we kill them. I mean, we drop food on the boat. Give them some food.
I mean, that would have been a better
Give
plan.
them what was that? Hydrochloric?
Yeah, we're gonna give them. We're gonna give them the hydrochloroquine. We're gonna give them the ivermectin or whatever. It's gonna be good. I mean, like, here's my problem with the whole like, COVID was like some kind of weaponized thing or whatever the fuck. It's like it's too like, why would you weaponize something that's like gonna obviously come back and bite you on the ass? Like, unless you got like, I mean, if you already have like the cure standing by, I guess maybe.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You know, I've seen plenty of probably pretty accurate estimates that say China lost at least 1 million people.
Right.
Now, they, of course, claim that they didn't,
Right.
but yeah, there's no way that they didn't lose. Like I said, probably at least 1 million.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think China would like fuck itself in the ass just to give us a black eye. You know what I mean?
Probably not.
Now does that?
And their stupid vaccine doesn't hardly work at all. So it's
Yeah,
not
they have
like
a
that
worse
shit.
vaccine than we do.
Yeah.
Damn.
Joe Rogan said we didn't need no Look, Joe Rogan doesn't need the vaccine because he's like Superman. Okay, I've
He
sat.
beats his shins with sticks.
Yeah, I've sat next to this guy. All right, he's the fucking. You know, he might be short, but he's like built like the Incredible Hulk. You know, you look into his eyes and you just know, like, no matter what the disease is, he doesn't need the cure because he's already got it flowing through his fucking dragon blood veins. Okay, so. You know what's weird is I've heard Joe Rogan take a piss twice.
I've heard that his brains are in his shit. So that's why
Yeah.
he's stupid.
Dude, when I was on his show, both times as soon as we finished the show, he went immediately to his bathroom and took a fucking massive piss. And you'd hear it. It was like the most aggressive piss I've ever heard. And he's standing outside the bathroom, and I'm like, that's Joe Rogan pissing in there.
You should record it.
Yeah.
Showing this to the Inquirer.
And then, immediately after that, he fucking shoots this. He goes to his pool table and shoots pool. And talks a little bit of bullshit for like 5 minutes. And then he's like, all right, on to my next thing. And he's gone. You know what I mean?
Huh.
That's pretty much what he does. He goes in there, he talks. There's not even really an introduction. You're just sitting there, he just sits down, he's like, all right, start the show.
Have you ever seen when he was in News Radio?
No.
His sitcom. I think that might have been where he got his start. He was pretty young. He was like, News Radio was this great show, and here he is in it, and he was a bad actor. And it was
it's
cringy
hard to
me.
even
It was
imagine
completely
him
cringy
acting.
whenever he had lines or interacted with the other characters. And so I'm like, how did he go on? It's because News Radio was such a popular show. You know?
Yeah.
Well, then he did Fear Factor, right?
He did Fear Factor.
Yeah.
And then he does the UFC commentary, which he was pretty awkward on that at first. But he got pretty good at it.
Fear Factor.
Well,
Was he?
I actually think he's pretty good on his talk show. I mean,
Yeah.
watch
Yeah, I
him
mean, like-
once in a while, you know, he's a fucking idiot, but it's still interesting to see his.
Why am I watching Duck Dynasty? Dude, because we're going to fucking shoot some, like, don't you want to know how to shoot a duck? Don't you want to see my duck call? Dude, you can make some Peking duck, dude. That shit's good.
Peking duck.
Duck is a weird meat because,
It can be really bad.
yeah,
or really
like,
good.
it's like almost like there's no middle ground with it.
And also, I find that people either love duck or they don't even do it. You
I
know?
think it's because
Well, I think it's
either
because-
good or bad.
I think it's because a lot of people have eaten duck and been like, this is horrible.
it can be really horrible.
Because, like, if it's not prepared right, it's just fucking awful.
it's gross.
If it's prepared right, it's really good.
Yeah, Dean loved duck. Anytime there was a chance to
I like it if it's made well.
Yeah. Duck is pretty gamey. See, that's the problem. It's like, it's gamey if it's not cooked
supposed
right.
to be.
If you cook it right, it's not.
That's what I tell people about fish.
Mhm.
It's like, it's not supposed to taste like some nasty fishy thing.
Right.
That indicates a problem.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah. I mean,
You got a bad fish there.
yeah.
Fish tastes fishy, bad fish.
Bad fish. It's been frozen. It's been shipped. It's been
I like you, but how come you're so fat again, dude? Because Oreos are delicious. I don't have to tell you. Like, I literally, like, I sit down and I just want to fucking vacuum up food. And I don't want carrots, you know? Not usually. Usually I want some Cheez-Its, or I want some Pop-Tarts, or something like that. Halloween Oreos are not the best, but they are good.
I pretty much solved that problem by not buying any of it.
Yeah.
Because if I had like some Oreos in here,
Yeah,
I
you'd
would
eat them.
eat every single one of them until they were gone.
Yeah.
Me too.
He's like that for sure. And I'm not much better.
I mean, I basically, I don't think I have any candy or chocolate or anything in the house anymore. No
Well,
chips.
we brought some crap.
Oh, I take that back. I have some Kit Kats in there. They're not chocolate Kit Kats. They're fruit cereal flavored Kit Kats.
Really?
Weird.
It's kind of my obsession. Whenever I see a new Kit Kat flavor, it's like I'll have to try it.
I didn't like the white chocolate ones.
I didn't
I
like
like
the white
those.
chocolate. I didn't like the key lime pie. I didn't like. There's another real sweet one. But what I love is the mint chocolate,
Those are really good.
and I really like these fruity cereal ones.
I don't
Do you know
have
over in
this.
Japan they've got hundreds of Kit Kat flavors? Yeah,
Why don't we have it?
that's what I said. I watched this whole special about all the Kit Kats in Japan, and I'm like, man, what? It's like mango Kit Kat and all these like crazy, and I'm like, and here it's just like they have the
Chocolate.
one. Now they have like 3 or 4, but it's like
Abraham Lincoln gave $1.99 and said, "Here's $1 for each bullet my head got." Thank you. Thanks, Abe.
So nice.
The mega stuffed Oreos, honestly, they lose too much cohesion at that point. Like, they break apart too easily. I think double stuff is like as much stuff as there should be.
I like the peanut butter Oreos.
The peanut
Those
butter
are
Oreos.
my favorite.
Those were better than I thought they would be.
Really
A few
good.
years ago, they had one called a birthday cake Oreo.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah,
That one was good.
See how you are with the Kit Kat flavors. I'm with the Oreo flavors.
You don't try everyone.
I mean,
They
because
have a ton.
it's because I try not to buy Oreos, but like I usually will buy a fucking flavor
Yeah.
if I see something new that I've never had
that's
before.
Like if I'm with Kit Kat, if it's like something new, I'm definitely gonna buy it.
I mean, there's been some I've like passed up and just been like, that doesn't even sound good to me.
When my dad came and visited us, he bought so many Oreos and so much Reese's. Like every Reese's product on the shelf, he bought it.
Like, ooh, that
Have you
sounds
tried all
good.
the new Reese's candy bars?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't tried all of them, but I tried the new one that's just like covered in peanuts, almost like a payday or something.
Yeah,
That was really
that's
good.
it.
Who is smarter, Marjorie Taylor Greene or Sarah Palin?
Oof,
I don't know. I mean,
that's a good question.
0 is equal to 0, right? So I don't know. It's like
yeah, 0 cannot be.
even stupidity has a bottom. I actually that's not true. Every time I've ever thought that has been proven wrong. I don't know. They seem equally stupid though. I can't.
It might be cool to contrast them.
Yeah, maybe I can do a DFF on it or something like which one's actually stupider. Do you think Sarah Palin's stupider? I feel like she's less untethered from reality. I don't know if that means
But
anything.
She spent 4 years as a governor, so she did that somehow.
Yeah.
But it's the
I
last
mean, anybody
one.
could be a congressman. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, all you gotta do is show up.
Like governors do actually have to govern, that's true. Congress people just have to show up and be like, I'm a congressperson. I vote yes, I vote no. What did the lobbyists say?
And even if they didn't show up, who's gonna hold them accountable?
I know. They already have like 200 days off a year.
Yeah. So.
And then half the time they don't all show up.
Yeah. So can you imagine you get elected and you just stay home your entire term?
Palin barely governed, but isn't that kind of what the people of Alaska would want, though?
Yeah.
Like, there's some pretty libertarian fucks in that state, right?
Plus, like, the weather is so bad there
Yeah.
that, like, people are prepared for, like...
I was surprised to find out that Alaska has no restrictions on abortion.
Yeah.
Seems like such a Republican.
They were one of the first places to legalize weed, too.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I guess that's really the. If you're a libertarian, that's the place to get it.
Hell yeah. But
I think it's just, like-
far away from everything.
I think it's kind of hard to, yeah.
It would be hard. That's what I'm saying, though, is people are survivalists there. So they're, like, prepared for shit. They don't necessarily need the government's help like we do in these natural disasters.
Well, because they just live in the natural, like, the natural disaster there is, like, it's freezing fucking cold. And they know it's Alaska.
And it's dark a lot.
Yeah.
I wouldn't live in Alaska. It's too extreme.
Yeah.
So
I would
obviously,
like to go, though.
There's some kind of special breed of person in Alaska. You don't know
I guess that one girl we knew was from Alaska. She seemed pretty chill.
Isn't there like way more men in Alaska than women too?
I don't know.
I think I've heard that like it's like way skewed.
If you're a prostitute, that'd be a place to live.
Yeah.
It's probably why they don't have any abortion restrictions.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah, but how easy is it to even get health care there, let alone get
I
an
mean,
abortion?
I assume there's doctors in Alaska.
I know, but you probably have to travel kind of far.
Maybe.
Unless you live in-
I don't know
huge.
jack shit about living in Alaska.
Alaska
So
is huge.
I think people like to take cruises there.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure it'd be nice to visit, interesting stuff, but like I don't think I could ever live in fucking
I
Alaska.
imagine it's probably similar to Canada.
Yeah. Because really, it should just be part of Canada.
The
Yeah.
special breed of person in Alaska is fugitives. Rock on. 10 men for every woman. Is that true? That can't be true.
That can't be true. What the fuck? I feel like you get raped all the time.
I wonder if rape is higher there than anywhere else.
For every 100 women in Alaska, there's 108 men. That seems more like
Yeah. I
a
could see
plausible
that.
statistic. I don't think it's fucking 10 to 1.
That's insane.
This is like the gay capital of the world.
Yeah, it could just be a bunch of gay guys.
the rapist state. It's like 55% men, nothing crazy. Yeah, it's like, whatever. I mean, that's higher. I mean, like, usually it's pretty roughly 50-50,
I
so.
wonder what the most rapey state in the country is.
Alexa.
Alexa, what's the rapiest state? Can someone look that up for us? Tell us what state has the most rapes per capita. Let us know.
Also, it would be reported rapes, which could be different based on.
That's true,
like,
because there could be
culture.
states where like it's like more common versus less common to report too.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't want that in my Google. Why? What do you think Google's going to be like? This is obviously a rapist. Reported to the police.
This rapist is asking
Like
for
you're literally looking up a statistic. Like what the fuck? Google doesn't give a fuck, bro. Oh yeah, sorry. I gotta remember that when I say Alexa, it brings up people's shit.
Call her something else.
Yeah, I could call her something else.
Yeah.
Axel.
Axelexka.
Well, you know, you don't have
First
to
result
think
says Alaska. It's legit Alaska.
that- Oh, wow.
Wow.
I'm not surprised. I mean, it's hard enough. I feel like the population is actually a majority women in most places. Like, but slightly.
Alexa, look up German shit porn.
Oh, you're an asshole.
Sorry.
The good thing is that she, when she hears profanity, not the good thing, but when she hears profanity, she generally won't respond. She'll give you an air beat.
No. Don't cuss at me.
Yeah, and sometimes I've asked her something dirty, and then sometimes she'll say, "I'd rather not answer."
Okay. But she knows.
Yeah. If you want to get a kick, ask her who the worst president in American history is.
Really?
Yeah.
What she'll say?
Oh, she's got lots to say about Donald Trump.
That's cool.
That's cool. I want to hear that. I want to hear Alexa's opinion. Very shocked at how much I love the Candyman reboot. Great psychological body horror film, better than the original. Jordan Peele's second best script. Cool.
I thought it looked good in the trailer.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Candyman movies, but it did look like it was maybe a cut above, so I'm interested to see it. Is it the same dude playing Candyman as it was back then? Because he was like probably the best part of those. I can't remember his name. He's been in a bunch of fucking shit. He's like a huge character actor. I did not like the It reboot. I guess I thought part 1 was a little better than part 2. Part 2 I thought was like atrociously bad. It didn't even make sense. Like the whole moving the decades thing doesn't work because like it relies on there being like these super virulent fucking homophobes at a state fair in like 2020 or 2019 or something. It's like, what you doing here, faggot? It's like, I think, like, I don't know. It seems like a little far-fetched for this time period. Like, that doesn't really fly as much anymore. I don't know. Guy, you're gay. You can let me know. That still happen?
Hey, I've been around for 54 years and it never happened to me once in my life.
There you go.
I can tell you.
Never happened once.
I've seen it many times in movies.
Yeah. Look at that faggot over there. Fucking faggot. I mean, I know it happens in real life sometimes. It just doesn't really seem like it's too common anymore. What's your reaction to seeing Kanye bring up Marilyn Manson for the Donda listening party? It seemed like an unlikely collab, in my opinion. I think Kanye is just kind of like, you know, against, like, artists being censored for their personal lives or whatever. He probably, like, I've said numerous times that, like, if you want, like, good art, it's going to be made by crazy people. Like, sane people do not make good art. Do you really want a bunch of normies in charge of your fucking music and shit? It's going to be fucking garbage. So, I think that's what he was saying with it. Like, let us be who we are. There was probably like a cancel culture kind of aspect to it. Is Kanye based? Kanye is a fucking lunatic, is what he is. Kanye West is completely and utterly fucking insane. But, you know, he's obviously a fucking talented guy. Can't take it away. I like my music made by depressed heroin junkies. Yeah, they make good shit. You think there's like name me one musician who was like exemplary that wasn't a complete and total fuck up, right?
That's what so many guys say.
Right? Give me one. Kanye West claimed Harriet Tubman was a slave trader. He's fucking nuts. Yeah, he's a nut job.
He said being a slave was a choice.
Yeah, that's right.
He's fucking crazy,
He's like,
dude.
I never would have been a slave.
He would have been like Django Unchained.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kanye Unchained. Frank Zappa. You're like, I fucking put out there like, give me a fucking musician who wasn't a nut, and Frank Zappa's where you go.
Yeah.
Have you never seen a fucking interview with Frank Zappa? Okay, Gigi Allen was pretty sane. Fair enough. Sting might be sane, but Sting sucks. So Beethoven, total fucking raging psychopath. Paul McCartney had his shit together. The extent of Paul McCartney's talent is that he got to know John Lennon.
It's just so rude.
Oops, the truth slipped out. I guess Live and Let, like, okay, so as far as Paul McCartney's songs that he's been the mastermind, the architect of, that I actually like, I guess Live and Let Die, his Bond song, was okay.
What about that band that he was in after the Beatles?
Was it Wings or something? Or the
Was it
Birds?
Eagles?
No, it wasn't the Eagles.
Was
I feel like it was Wings.
Wings?
Was it? I don't know. I don't give a shit about Paul McCartney. Ow! What the hell is that?
Give it.
Look at, but I don't think
It's Wings.
it's Wings.
Yeah. Because it's a horsefly, maybe. Dio? What about Dio? Guys, I don't want your list of the fucking Paul McCartney songs that you have some kind of excuse for. I really don't.
But there's that one
It's
song.
Like, it's on now. We gotta defend Paul.
Don't do it. Even Live and Let Die, though, has some really awkward lyrics. There's like a part where he fucking like says like one of the most agrammatical fucking things I've ever heard. It's like, in this ever-changing world in which we live in, or some fucking shit like that. There's like 20 ins. In this ever-changing world in which we live in. It's like, there's too much going on there. I feel like it's over-specified where the world is that we live in. Yellow Submarine.
That's Beatles, though.
Yeah, that's the Beatles. And I thought Ringo Starr actually fucking was like the mastermind behind that fucking shit. He at least sang it, didn't he? Whatever. Look how many problems Michael Jackson had. Yep. Dude, all these fuckers are crazy. You know this.
Artists are crazy.
Okay, so what is the fucking attribute of an artist? They have to see the world in like very unique ways. What's the attribute of a crazy person? They see the world in very unique ways. You ignore females. What the fuck? What I ignore? Who? What? What I do?
You ignore females, TJ.
Oh no. I'm sorry. I don't know what I did. GNR did it better. I don't know what you're even talking about. Female artists, I mean.
It's not true.
Ringo's best work. Oh shit. TJ just ignores all females. Yeah, well, you know. Dude, do you really think I have time to, like, look at a screen name and, like, assess whether I'm being talked to by a fucking male or female? Like, I don't even look at the names most of the time. I'm just reading the comments, like, seeing if anyone says anything interesting. Ignore these nuts. Maybe. Give it a try. Live and let die. Riders on the storm. Yeah. Well, I think I've touched base with you guys pretty good here. I'm gonna try to, like, figure some shit out to get more. I'm gonna try to figure out a way to do some amazing atheist shit while I'm on the road, and try to get, like, a temporary setup to do some of the stuff that I do with DFF and stuff. But I don't know, we'll see. But at the very least, I can do these. So yeah, I'm gonna visit Dusty in Mississippi for sure. That's definitely what I'm up to. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you soon, and peace.